I'm getting money, you see me. Stack it up to the ceiling. If you're looking for me, you know just where to find me. I'm on a pod with TC, with TC. Oh, I'm on a pod with TC, with TC. I'm getting money, you see me. Stack it up to the ceiling. If you're looking for me, you know just where to find me. I'm on a pod with TC, with TC. Oh, I'm on a pod with TC, with TC.
Welcome. This is Financial Literacy with TC. I am your host, TC. Thank you for joining me for another week of Financial Literacy with TC. As I always say, there's so many podcasts out in the world that you can listen to, but you always choose to come back and listen to mine, so I'm always appreciative of that. Today, I have a special guest, somebody who I am very fond of for all the work he's done in the community and continues to do. His name is Arthur Terry. He works for Healthy Start. For those who don't know what Healthy Start is, it's an organization that you definitely should get to know. We're going to discuss it in this week's episode. He is the Fatherhood Program Coordinator. So he's definitely here to help me talk to our men out there because one of the goals as we go into June and Juneteenth and talking about Father's Day, I'm a huge advocate of trying to help promote what resources are out there in the community for fathers, because a lot of times in the Black community, we don't feel like there's enough resources to help men be better fathers. But it's always a topic of conversation about not having father figures in the home. So with all that being said, I just wanted to bring on someone who I know is doing amazing work, has been doing amazing work. He's a father of his own. He has 3 wonderful boys who are out there in the world killing it. So I just want to thank Arthur Terry for joining me, man. Appreciate you joining me.
Much
brother.
appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Chief.
So, man, we just gonna keep this real casual,
All right,
man.
let's do it.
I always want to give a backstory on how we met. We've only known each other for a few months.
Yep.
I had known of you for several months because I have been working a lot of events with Healthy Start, and one of the things that I know about you is, you know, you've been out here making sure that anytime you get a young brother in your hands, you're trying to educate them on what the services that you provide as the coordinator for Healthy Start. We most recently connected, I believe it was in April, if I'm not mistaken. Rep May's event. Yeah. It was doing the diaper dash.
Yes, it was.
And you were there with the whole Healthy Start organization.
The whole squad was there.
But specifically, you were in the back and you were working with educating a lot of people in the room about just a lot of things that you got going on for the men's side of Healthy Start. So I just wanted to, if you could take time to just let people know about, first about Healthy Start, and then 2, about your...
Okay, cool about that.
Yeah.
First of all, it's funny how they always stick the brothers in the back of the room.
Right.
Well, we had a cool corner. I
Sure.
had the book set up. I had some information.
Yep.
We got amazing play that day as well. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, it's my pleasure to be here. I am the Fatherhood Coordinator at Healthy Start. And it's great to be here on Financial Literacy with TC because in the work that we do with young fathers, it's vitally important that an understanding of how to budget and how to budget properly, plan and prepare is an essential element to really being able to deliver what we like to call a positive birth outcome. The reason why Healthy Start exists is simply because there's a pretty tragic disparity that's occurring right here in our very own lovely city of Pittsburgh and county of Allegheny that's resulting in Black and brown babies dying at a rate before age 1 of 3 and 5 times that of non-Black and brown babies. So in an effort to really combat that, Healthy Start has traditionally been a leader in providing these sorts of maternal health assistant programs. So I operate for fathers, and the simple goal that we have there with fathers is that for every program or everything that a mom needs to be able to go through pregnancy successfully and deliver a healthy prime baby, and for that baby to be able to thrive through at least that first year of life, make it to 8, make it to 1. Dads are essential.
Exactly.
We talk about the availability of programs that come into our home, and we've got somebody that comes from Program A and Program B and Program C. Well, in reality, Dad may or may not be there at the time that these people are coming.
Right.
Understanding he's got additional responsibilities. He's working, he's trying to make whatever he needs to make happen. He's not able to beat the but Tyler. He's coming back.
Right.
So why don't we make preparations to make sure that if we have the opportunity to speak with mom, let's give mom information about the value of dad. Let's make dad important to her. Let's make dad essential to this process. And if I don't have the opportunity to look at dad and talk to him like I'm talking to you, if I can talk to her and I can get her to talk to him about it, I got a better chance of him hitting me up, talking about, hey, Mr. Art, what's up? What you talking about? What can I get down with?
Exactly. And then real quick, that just opens it up to the bigger conversation that's always being had about a two-parent household. And we know what those numbers look like when it's a two-parent household raising a kid versus one or the other.
There are definite inherent statistical advantages, but I never want to allow anybody to think that Black men in particular are not the single most involved ethnic group with their children, head and shoulders above every single other, whether they are in the home or not. See, we've got some historical precedents. They kind of play into that. Is he in the home or is he not in the home? You see, back in the 1930s and 40s, when the Little Sisters of the Poor and those types of agencies were responsible for the regulation of government benefits, our women were not allowed to have men in their homes or else their money would be taken from them. So if Sister Susie came in the front door, Brother Man had to go out the back.
Right.
And see, we've been fighting that for almost 100 years now.
See, I love that because not too many people know about that in our history.
If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. I'm saying that about Donald Trump.
Gotcha.
Any goddamn way. I'm sorry. That's just an aside.
We keeping it real.
That's just an aside. That's my own personal. I'm sorry, Healthy Start. That ain't got nothing to y'all. I'm gonna give you the disclaimer.
Yep.
But like, yeah, man. I mean, dads are essential.
Yeah.
Dads are the one single best protective factor in this entire process. Why? Because he's gonna be a part of it from the door.
Right.
So why don't the systems that we want to engage moms? Why don't they embrace that?
Right.
You ever been to a prenatal appointment?
I have not.
You know somebody who has?
I have.
I bet you when he walks in that doctor's office, he doesn't see a single thing that says, hey, Dad, you are welcome here.
Right.
It doesn't say, hey, Dad, this is some information you might want to look at before she goes back.
Right.
And sees the doctor, hey, Dad, if you've got any questions about this stuff, there's a placard on the wall that says, hey, you can call Art Terry at Healthy Start, 412-713-8417. He can help answer your questions.
Yep.
Instead, and a lot of it is our own fault, we'll sit there, scratch our head,
on our phone,
pull out the phone.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And when they call her name, she goes back in the room by herself.
Right.
Baby boy sits out there and waits. No, man, we got to get in there. We got to know.
Right.
We got to understand that because if I don't, I may lose my child.
Right. And honestly,
I may lose my woman too.
Right. And honestly, what I love about your saying is I don't currently have children, but me and my wife anticipate within the next year or so, we definitely will. So I've been being an advocate to get my education up, especially everything that I've learned about maternal health caucus and things of that nature, understanding that, you know, the doctors and the medical professionals don't necessarily do their due diligence to make sure that the minority women are being heard. And the more of the stories and things that I learn, it puts a heightened awareness to me. Like, so when my wife is in that situation, we're starting to have our first child, I want to make sure that, like you said, I'm in the room, I'm educated.
You gotta be there.
I have her best interests at heart.
And not only you, but you make sure that they understand.
Right.
I ain't gonna be a pain in your ass, but if I got a question. Respectfully, I'm going. And if I don't like the answer that you're giving me, I may respectfully ask who's your boss.
Right.
May I speak to your supervisor, please?
Right.
Could you give me the number to patient relations? Those sorts of things. But in order to prevent that, we try to go into it from the front.
Gotcha.
And try to approach this thing from the perspective of making sure that the goal is to deliver mom through a healthy pregnancy.
Yes.
So the secret to mom being able to go through a healthy pregnancy, if mom has appropriate pre-pregnancy health. So we got to focus on the things that we do on a daily basis, not just when we're about to have a baby.
Gotcha.
We got to look at our lifestyle. We got to look at what we eat.
Right.
We got to look at what we read, because
Right.
what you eat is what you become. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? There's just some things that kind of go with that. So,
Right.
in looking at how we do fatherhood services at Healthy Start, it's a mental perspective to it.
Okay.
Because I'm sure you understand a lot of brothers could go for broken
Yeah.
to the outside world.
Right.
But it's not broken. It's just that protective shell and color that we have to wear to get through on a daily basis, where it's a whole lot of things that go on in my life that I can't respond to.
Right.
Don't think that I don't feel them. I just can't respond to them, because if I respond to them, I'm going to feed into this stereotype that you got in me that's not going to serve me.
Right.
So if I can turn the world off, I'm going to stay cool.
Right.
We got to come out of that. We got to get into a thing where we understand our value.
Right.
So I'm making sure that the Black man is understanding and aware of his esteem. We operate at Healthy Start with I have access to about 4 different curriculum.
Okay.
But it's interesting because each of the curriculum actually focus in a various different way, about 5 different subjects. One is self-care.
Okay. Very
Take care of
important.
yourself.
Yeah. Because if you can't take care of
Take
yourself,
care of yourself.
you can't take care of your wife
Take
or your
care of
girlfriend.
yourself. And it's self-awareness
Right.
that gives you the importance to go through and follow through with the self-care. Because if you do know exactly how important you are to your family, if you look at what your income is going to be projected over the next 45 years that you're going to work, you recognize what the financial investment is that they are making in you.
Right. I love that approach.
I need you to understand that.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
I need you to understand that. So when you look at self-care and self-awareness, then you got 3 sets of skills. You got fathering skills. You know, fathers, we do things a little different. We rough house, we play, we might not be the best at changing a diaper. It might go suck a leaky if there's a blowout. You dig what I'm saying?
For
It
sure.
might not always get the wipe right. Or the standard complaint I get is they use too many wipes.
Right.
Dad used a whole thing of wipes on the baby. I mean, you know
Right.
what I mean? But at least he in there.
Right.
All right, so you got fathering skills and you got parenting skills.
Right.
Parenting skills is that set of things that, like I say, kind of everybody says come natural, but there's nothing natural about this childbirth and this pregnancy process, because they don't come with instructions.
Not at all.
Parenting skills are the learned cues.
Right.
When you start to recognize that I'm wet cry from I'm hungry cry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or when you start to, you know what I mean, do those things. Parenting skills are those things that allow you to read to the belly.
Got you.
While she's pregnant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the relationship skills, the third part of that. So you've got fathering skills, parenting skills, and relationship skills. That relationship skills piece is extremely important in our community, simply because it's just what you mentioned.
Right.
We got the perception that there's not a whole lot of dads in the home, because we have the perception that our couples aren't married.
Right.
Okay. Back in the day, we got married by jumping a broom. We didn't have to go downtown for it to be recognized.
Right.
Back in the day, it was about the sacred vow, covenant, and commitment that I expressed to my partner about what I was willing to do for our lives. Back in the day, we didn't have to go.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, it's all about how you want to look at this. I believe that a committed man can be a responsible, involved, and engaged dad.
Right.
He can learn the skills that are necessary. There are tools, there are programs, not just Healthy Start, but I work as a part of an organization. It's called the Fathers Collaborative Council of Western Pennsylvania. I'll be glad to provide you.
Say that one more time for me, so they make sure they hear.
Yes, that's the Fathers Collaborative Council of Western Pennsylvania. Definitely on the web, FCCWPA, I believe is what it is. But that's a loosely affiliated group of agencies that serve fathers and fathers' needs, not just from birth, as we do at Healthy Start, but all the way throughout the school cycle and the life cycle. Not only providing assistance for the children, but providing assistance, real assistance for the dads. We operate at Healthy Start. There's a Hello Baby component that operates at Healthy Start as well. And Hello Baby is a county program that receives referrals directly from the new births that occur here in the county. Individuals hit certain target markers that generates a referral. Well, they provide serious assistance for these families to be able to overcome the obstacles that prevent the child from getting to birth. the age one.
Gotcha.
See, we got to understand that it's like it's a combination of perspectives because the entire world operates off of first impressions. You and I vibe
Right.
off of first impression.
Yep.
You saw what I was doing or how I might have engaged, like, oh,
Yep.
whatever it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, the same thing, unfortunately, happens in the hospital. If you get yourself in a situation where all you see all day long is a certain subset of folks that come through with a certain subset of complaints who continue to look more and more specious, or you dig what I'm saying, not quite above par, but what they telling you might come in scratching, and you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a mental issue, not so much a physical. It's, you know what I'm saying? If you start to see so much of that, then when somebody comes in that's a part of that subset,
right,
that's legit, just telling you I'm hurting,
right,
and you look on their record, and they might have a script or two, all right, for some painkilling medication, and you looking at them like they lying.
right.
You figuring out they just want to get these meds. They need a new script. They doing something wrong with this. So this is the thing that unfortunately is killing our women and our babies.
Right.
And it's not always a conscious bias.
Right.
I have to say that.
Right.
It's perspective based, but that's the thing that we have to put systems in place to be able to fight. Hence the Implementing Igniting Systems Change Symposium that Healthy Start is going to have.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Next tomorrow and Friday, Thursday and Friday. So
let's talk about that a little bit, because you'll be one of the panelists.
I'm going to actually be able to moderate a panel.
Oh, you're a moderator. Okay, my apologies.
Yes, I've got been able to get together 5 gentlemen.
Okay.
All who are Healthy Start affiliated at one form or another. Like I said, Healthy Start's been around 33 years. 33 years. And I've got individuals that represent the spectrum of fatherhood pretty much across those 33 years, at least from the early part through the 90s, through some of the mid and early 2000s, through since I've been here now. So Dr. Jay Dar is a former male initiative program leader administrator, Jonathan Backers, who ran the Male Initiative Program from 1995 to 99, and Melvin Hubbard-Hill. Melvin from Mayor Gainey's office, who was a long time community organizer. Brother Mel's beloved by all, but Brother Mel actually started at Healthy Start Fatherhood program in 1991 too.
See, I know a lot about it, but I didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying. So Mel's going to be a part of the panel. Also have a young brother that's a supervisor from the Hello Baby program. Deshaun Paris. Deshaun is a gentleman that has a unique interest in mental health and mental health of Black men. He's actually an aspiring therapist. He's in school. That's his goal. I'm looking forward to watching him attain that as well. But he supervises the delivery of fatherhood services in the Hello Baby program. So he's going to be able to give us a current perspective as to how they are doing it. And then I've got Raheem Perry. You may know Raheem. Raheem is a recent MFA graduate from Duquesne, who's a young brother that attends my institution of faith, Shalom Community Missionary Baptist Church, right down at home with 6940 Frankstown Avenue. Reverend UBD Hutchinson, come on down and see. I know he'll like that. All right.
Shout out.
All right. Just for you, Pastor. I got you. All right. And Raheem is also a former Healthy Start program recipient. He also works now at the Homewood Children's Village. So he's taking it, you know what I mean? And he's moving in it, Tyler. And the thing that I want to be able to bring across through this is that each of these gentlemen have taken this experience and moved into different areas with it. So I want to try to draw perspective from them about how can we use the system that you're now engaged in to facilitate the goals and objectives of what you started with at Healthy Start. Like what needs to change for us to better apply to Black dads? What needs to change in government, Mel? What needs to change in the faith-based network, Jonathan? What needs to change in higher education, Jay? Right. What needs to change in the Black man's life on a daily basis? And you know what I mean? For Deshaun, talk to me about mental health. So I've only got an hour. So I hope it's going to be a fast-paced and lively conversation.
And their perspective in the field that they take.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
all right.
huge.
So I mean, I just want to show it. You know what I mean? I do.
And the time and I think you mentioned the place, but where's the time?
Yes, it's going to be at the Wyndham Hotel, which is right on Pitts campus, right next to Alumni Hall. And it's going to be taking place all day long. The symposium is from like 9 till about 4.
Oh, okay.
Both days. But our particular panel conversation is going to occur about 2:30, 3 o'clock
Okay.
on the first day, which is tomorrow.
Okay.
Thursday, May 30th.
May
yeah.
30th. Cool.
So looking forward to that. But the symposium is going to really highlight the different areas that Healthy Start has been active in. You know, we do policy, we do research, we do advocacy, we do direct services. There's going to be presentations, poster presentations. There's going to be an array of different aspects of information and findings that are going to be displayed and distributed to that crowd that are going to be very, very pertinent,
Right.
very real time, very community oriented, very, very community impact laden. The community has had tons and tons and tons of input into the strategies that are coming forth because we know we have the ability to heal ourselves.
Right.
We do.
Yep.
We do.
Yep. Absolutely.
I mean, we do.
Absolutely. Hence why I created this podcast.
Well, when you look at, I mean, we could go off forever.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the breakdown of the Black family and how it occurred, why it occurred, and all of that, you know what I mean? It's for that specific purposes. It's so that we do not heal ourselves. Right. There's no more powerful image than a Black man sitting at the head of a dinner table with his wife and family around him.
Absolutely.
Especially when he knows he's done everything he possibly can to make sure that this happens. But you know what? Do we eat dinner together anymore? Do we not eat dinner on the run? Do we not eat it in the back of the car? Do we not eat it on the way to the next
thing?
It's a time investment,
right?
TC, that has to be made. So we live in a society that says I got to have these things.
Right.
If I ain't got these things, I'm defective and deficient, dog. Because my man got these things. See, he got it.
Yep.
All right, and he ain't got it. That's somebody else's.
Right.
He just took the flick with it. All right.
Little do you know.
We will front.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely.
We will. Okay.
Absolutely.
We will perpetrate. But society says we got to have these things.
Right.
And again, what I listen to is what I believe.
Right.
What I keep getting beat with is what I start to take into my soul.
Right.
You deficient. You deficient. If you ain't got, you ain't got. You ain't got this. You ain't got that. You ain't got the other. You deficient. You deficient. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm deficient if I ain't got it. So now I got to do something stupid to get it.
Right. So I had the pleasure of seeing you firsthand work with a young brother at the Diaper Dash.
Oh, okay.
His name escapes me, but you probably know who I'm talking about. He had a young daughter. Nigel, thank you.
Yeah, Nigel.
Shout out to Nigel. I did
Nigel
see
Brown.
him.
What's up, dude?
I did see him at the August Wilson block party,
okay.
And he was looking well.
Okay.
Doing good.
Nigel won the high chair.
Yeah, he won the high chair.
Yep.
And I caught glimpses of conversations you were having with him, and it was really warming to my heart because I'm like, you know what? I want to tap in with you more, see what more I can do to be.
I appreciate that.
You know, and that's kind of how we connected to get you here. Because I'm like, what you're doing is, I would like to see 3 or 4 brothers with you next time instead of just you by yourself. Well, so you know what I mean.
That's a great compliment, and I thank you for that. And this is the way that I think we may be able, or I'm trying to make sure that we can get this extended outreach occurring.
Right.
I'm very fortunate in that I do work with a staff of individuals who have lots and lots of contact with the public.
Gotcha.
With the very population we're trying to serve at Healthy Start. So if I can't get to all of them, if I can't work to all of them, the thing that I can do is I can try to do my best to make sure that those individuals who do get to see them have a basic understanding of what we've just discussed, the value of getting this man involved in the game, the importance of him being involved.
Right.
It's life or death.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't about, I want you to have a 7-pound baby versus a 3-pound. This is life or death.
Right. You want to make sure your child.
I need you in there, dog. If you really, you know what I'm saying about this, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen is when you are there for that birth and that baby pops out and that baby locks eyes on you, it's something you're never going to forget for the rest of your life.
Right. Right.
It's something you're going to remember the rest of your life.
Yep.
Every time it gets hard, every time it gets difficult, every time they piss you off and you don't want to, just rewind the tape in your mind, my brother.
Right.
Back to what you felt.
Right.
What you felt.
And honestly, for me, personal testimony. I'm very transparent. I have been blessed to have several my peers who are friends and colleagues, and so I get their perspective because I'm not currently a father, but I have them to be able to coach me up and teach me, hey, this is what
observation is powerful.
Yeah. So, that's because I was like, if I didn't have that, if my life wasn't going how it's going,
you could call Healthy Start.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And that's the point I'm trying to get to. Like, if you don't have, because there's so many brothers out here who don't have that. They don't have role models or figures they can look up to.
What they don't know is they don't know that information is available.
Yes.
They don't know that assistance is available. They don't know that they are supposed to be a part of the process.
Right.
Having a baby is not the woman's work.
Right.
Having a baby is not up to her and her mom and your sisters and her sisters and them.
Right. And you playing PlayStation 5.
You dig what I'm saying? It's not about after the baby is born.
Right.
She's breastfeeding and the baby's crying at 2:00 in the morning.
Right.
All right. It ain't about you nudging her.
Right.
Come on, you got to feed them. No, it's about y'all being aware of that and having some bottles already. You dig in the fridge, and when you hear that baby, she done humped all day long with this thing. You jump your butt up.
You know what, babe? I got
going in. You don't even say that. You don't even nudge her.
Right,
dog. You just roll on out. You go. You get that baby. You curl up and that bottle, and you might catch you a nod or two while you doing that. But in a minute, that baby going back to sleep.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Knowing how to handle.
Put your work in.
Yeah.
Put your work in.
Yep.
Absolutely. It's amazing. I have some pretty interesting conversations. Like, hey, I hate it when I do it, but I tell brothers all the time, I'm like, dog, your woman's gonna fart. She's gonna fart. She's gonna fart a lot.
Right.
They be like, ooh, Mr. Hart. No, I'm like, hey man, it's just a natural thing. The body is. They be like, oh, is she? I'm like, yes, so don't be like surprised, make it a joke. Let's laugh.
Right. And then by you being aware and cognizant of what they're gonna go through.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know how we can go sometimes, but. I mean, it's just,
and honestly, I'm gonna shout out my wife because she's been prepping me to what I can expect, and I'm so fortunate to have her do that because now, and then tapping in with people like you and other individuals. Now I'm learning.
She ain't gonna remember nothing. And she gonna tell you you're wrong.
Oh yeah,
all day, every day, even if you ain't.
Right. Yep.
Get used to it.
Yeah, and honestly, just.
Get used to it.
I mean, she do that already, but
don't be laughing when she get a little bigger.
Right.
Know that.
Yeah.
She gonna gain 30 pounds.
Right.
What I'm not much. She gonna gain 30 pounds.
Right. Yep.
And she gonna gain the majority of that weight that last trimester, them 7, 8, 9 months. That baby's doubling in size.
Right.
Every month. Every month.
Right.
It's a lot of changes that we're going through.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of going to the bathroom. That's what it's, you know what I mean? It turns into a whole lot of stuff that's uncomfortable.
Right.
But it can be uncomfortable, but we ain't got to be ignorant.
Right.
Okay? We can understand, this is why she's having more episodes now. It's because that baby is growing like a champ right now. We got to be on point. So hopefully that budgeting piece that we talked about early in the game, we got the money together.
Yep.
We got agencies like us at Healthy Start that be more than willing to work with families to try to help them get the things that they need to make sure that the baby's coming home to a self environment. Make sure that we can get them home visiting program assistance so that they have helped somebody walk through them through the entire 9-month pregnancy with them.
Right.
Make sure that there's doulas available.
Right.
A doula's a very important tool.
Yes.
We're even looking at it. They've been trying to get me to do it for a while. They're talking about becoming a male doula. I don't know about that one, TC, but I got a couple of young guys who I think that might be a nice maybe transition for. But the concept in and of itself is extremely interesting because dads need an understanding of what's happening. And I would tell you, the relationships, the conversations, the level of honest communication that gets exchanged in this process many times is better between myself and the mother than it is a dad.
Right.
I'm a black man of a certain age.
Right.
Fortunate or not, I receive a certain amount of respect.
Right.
That respect level has the ability to impair somebody's truthfulness with me.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, it just does.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just does.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't want to look bad to my OG, to my old head, whatever it is you want to call me.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm cool.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That was today. I'm like,
cool.
I can't be late for my OG.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
So you right.
that. I
Yep.
mean, yeah. So I mean, but because of that,
Yep.
I got to understand, Tyler, that being at this age, I say some things too.
Right.
Just like I mean to say them. I practice rigorous authenticity.
Right.
Okay, I am.
Hey, I'm fearful
saying,
we get into a place where that ain't gonna be the case no more.
You know what I mean? I'm that way.
Right.
So I got to realize that I might say some things that might not come across right
Right.
to this generation. So I have the opportunity to pour into this subset of people who can break that communication down.
Right.
Who I can feed the importance, I can feed the information, I can feed, you dig what I'm saying, prepare them and prep them with the proper modalities to get them engaged in the process. And then we go about working with the family.
That duplication.
It ain't just about working with dad.
Right.
See, these are services for fathers.
Right.
But it's family focused.
Right.
This is the thing that we got to understand. It's about a black man being willing, and not just black men, but men in Allegheny County who fit a certain demographic according to our Healthy Start grantee proposal. All right. Who want to be there.
Right.
Who want to be there.
Right.
Who don't quite know how.
Right.
And don't know how to ask for help.
Yeah.
See, that's the question I want to give to you.
Yeah.
How can, you know what I mean? How can we get, you know what I mean, to this population to let them know that you ain't got to know everything. You ain't supposed to know everything. No matter what they tell you, you are not the infallible black man.
Right. And honestly, my response to that is making it normal conversation. So why is it only a specific time of year or a specific day or a specific month?
Father's Day.
Right. Exactly.
Mental Health Awareness Month.
Right. Why is it so? Yeah. Why is it so limited?
Black History Month.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would be. You know what? Hey, it's Christmas time. Let's talk about taking care of the fathers, making it. Getting them with Healthy Start, making it more regular that we're having these type of conversations as opposed to one time a year, one day, 1 month.
One particular focus period.
One particular focus. Yeah.
So we got this other thing that occurs, all right, where brothers don't communicate.
That too.
Brothers don't speak.
Right.
Particularly brothers your generation, your age. Y'all will walk down the street and go straight past somebody, Absolutely. Not even a nod.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So
that's why I be like, nowadays when I'm walking, hey, how you doing, brother? And if it's all that is, that's all it is.
That's all it needs to be. Yeah. What's up, dog? Hi.
Yep.
Hi.
Yep.
Bro, what's up?
Yeah.
Life ain't that doggone tough, man.
Right.
You ain't got the mean mug. You ain't got to do that. So
I mean, you no harm, brother. I don't know you from a can of paint.
So understanding that you already got that perspective.
Yeah.
You enter into an arena where you have zero knowledge. I got a brother that don't communicate, just about to have a baby with a woman. It may or may not be his boo. Could have been a hookup. Could have been you did?
Right. Let's be real. That's what goes on. That's what goes on.
That baby.
Right.
That woman's process. That brother's thought process.
Right.
All of those things got to be managed, Tyler, inside of that dynamic. Absolutely. For us to get a healthy baby out of that.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Healthy baby. Yeah.
And that's the key. That's the main point.
Mom can't be smoking squares and blowing weed.
Yep.
Drinking. You take what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like going to the club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
Brothers, too.
Yeah.
Can't be going out every Friday night.
Right. Cater to your wife's need or your woman's need.
So that money to the side.
Yep. Start preparing for the baby.
Make sure that the bills is paid up in advance.
Right.
Look for help. Do some research.
Yep.
They got the most powerful tool in the world in their hand 24 hours a day.
I always say that. Man.
24 hours a day, the most powerful tool ever invented by man.
Yep.
A hand computer.
Yep. In my workshops, I ask, how much you pay for your phone? Most people
600, 800, 1,000.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
but you only use it to call, text, and social media.
I only got social media.
I'm like, that's all you use this for,
No, I ain't got time for that.
right? And I say, I use this for everything.
Hmm.
I'm like, somebody asked me a question,
You
I
should
don't know.
know. Yeah, you should know. Yeah.
I make money with this thing.
Yes.
I invest with this thing.
Yes.
I educate myself with this
Mhm.
thing. Like before I go ask anybody anything, I look it up on my
There
on
it
my phone.
is. And
so
you
I'm
got
like,
that,
now it's
see?
worth the $1,100-$1,200 I done
Because I'm
paid
using
for
it daily to better my situation.
Right.
I ain't looking to see who got the fattest butt at the club.
Exactly. I know I got a meeting with someone from Healthy Start. I'm on the website getting educated. Oh man, they've been around for this long. They doing this, they doing that.
That's it.
I don't walk into a financial
1991.
institution and don't know anything about it.
We and I'm gonna get on my black man thing.
I got you.
We're some of the most personable individuals on the face of the earth.
Yes, we are.
We have the ability to break down walls and barriers from anything that we want broken down.
Right.
Why do we build walls with each other?
Powerful.
Why? It's the most asinine exercise in futility that perpetuates what some people call a master plan.
Right.
Why? Why do we build walls with each other? Why is it not cool for a brother to help a brother? Why is it not? Why does it occur that it takes a man to go to God, get Christ in his life,
right,
before he can, you know what I mean? Maybe that's the transition. I think that what Healthy Start is all about is restoring those bonds and being able to strengthen those bonds that exist between man, woman, and child.
Right.
At the earliest, most important phase in a child's life, the foundation.
Right.
It's true, Tyler, that you come into this world with everything you need to survive. There ain't a stitch of clothing on you. There's nothing.
Right.
You got a body and a brain. Some of the greatest inventions known on this earth come from that every single thing has come from that.
Right.
We have to understand the miracle of life. I think that plays a big part in it.
Right.
Okay, because I told you I got 3 sons, but I got 3 sons who have 3 different fathers. Because I was a very different person at each the time in my life when they were created.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Your involvement.
They got 3 different fathers.
Right. No, that's huge. That's
huge. You dig what I'm saying? So I have to understand the chemical makeup. I got to understand the role that my relationship with their mother played,
right, and
plays,
right,
okay, into my relationship with them.
Yep.
Because it's not romantic at all, but still there's this sensation that we have as children, my mother and my father.
Right.
Not my dad and my mom, my stepdad, or you know what I mean? We have these things that kind of get off into that, but and we just got to get to the point where we cool.
Right.
Are we cool with being cool with each other?
Right. Nah, and honestly, if you were to ask that question, it's not rhetorical. So when we don't hear anything, you hear crickets because there's no logical.
There's no reason.
There's no reason.
There's no reason. There's no answer to that. That's what it is. Yet and still, we continue to perpetuate that scenario, man.
Right.
You the enemy.
Yep.
You are not the enemy. All right. I have been in situations where they have pronounced on my life.
Right.
And I wasn't a damn thing I could do about it.
Right. And honestly, when I think about it, my way to combat that main question is to continue to be out here, sort of the approach you've taken for 20 plus years. Mm-hmm. Just continue to put the work in, try to reach some many brothers.
Be honest, man.
Yeah.
There's a book that I recommend.
Okay.
And it's a simple book. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz.
We'll pull it up now.
All right.
I'm listening.
And it's called The 4 Agreements. Simple, pocket-sized book. Just got 4 simple caveats to live life on.
You said the 4.
The 4 agreements.
The 4 agreements.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there you go, right there.
Okay.
Practical guide to personal freedom.
Yes.
Simple concept.
And it's on Amazon, y'all.
First thing, be impeccable with your word. You laughing? You like, I can't be late for my OG. We said 1 o'clock. Right? We said 1 o'clock.
1
so
o'clock. Yep.
Be impeccable with your word.
Yep.
Okay. Don't take anything personal.
Right. Oh, that's a big one.
Don't take anything personal.
Right.
Third one, don't make assumptions. Fourth and simplest, always do your best. If you could operate on a daily basis inside of those 4 tenets, on a daily basis, that to me is what I call attempting to practice rigorous authenticity.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So if you want to talk about what it is that is the guiding spirit behind how we deliver fatherhood services here in Pittsburgh at Healthy Start, is led by that concept that like there is value beyond compare, priceless value.
Right.
All right. In the Black man's investment in the life of his woman and his baby. The sooner that man becomes aware of that, the sooner that man becomes aware of his inherent value and his ability to accomplish what it is he wants to accomplish out here in this world, if he's willing to invest in himself, the understanding that once you get them 2 things, the third is right there in front of you, a good, healthy life, man. A good, healthy life. Not a life where you perpetrating like you doing things is bringing in large sums of cash that got to run the risk of helicopters landing on your roof one day.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? It's like,
absolutely.
I have seen that occur.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? If you want to talk about from, you know what I mean, from top to bottom, it's a life that I've lived, that I've been in some top to bottom places. I've been fortunate and I've been unfortunate, but I can honestly say that in that life and times, I have been the architect of my own path. Okay. The mistakes I made them. I made them. Right. Nobody made me make them. Right. So I take full responsibility for that piece. See, I'm not definitely not shining a light on me, but I'm saying that's that process that you get to over time, because I wasn't thinking that 22 years ago.
Absolutely.
Likewise. No, I wasn't.
Likewise.
No, I ain't had nothing to do with this. Is not me. Yep. You think back about it, you rewind that tape again. Right. Even though that might not be the thing that set it off, there were some things that happened 6-8 months before that allowed that whole chain of events to begin to fall to unfold. So that's what we do with fatherhood. We make fathers aware of what the chain can be. Right.
That's huge. So speaking of which, there's some events coming up for the summer.
Got some stuff coming up. I did. We've got the symposium. Okay. That, like I said, is tomorrow and Friday. Then on Saturday at the ACH Clear Pathways Kaufman Auditorium, the old Hill House Kaufman Auditorium. Yes, we're having the 2nd annual Black Birth Expo. All things Black, all things birth. Gonna be fun. We're gonna have a fatherhood piece there. We're gonna have us a fatherhood little bingo game. Just put your heads up. We got a bingo. We're gonna play some fatherhood bingo. But man, as always, we love to get more men out. The Birth Expo is free. The Black Birth Expo is free. Come on down to the Hill House, man. 12 to 6, Saturday, the 1st. Hang out with us. Just kick it. We're going to have a good time. There's going to be food. There's going to be fun. Vendors. Last year at the Black Birth Expo is where I actually had the opportunity to connect with Dr. Nussa Carey Griffin Eel, the founder of the Young Dreamers bookstore. Oh, wow. And we were able to purchase a bunch of books from the Young Dreamers bookstore. The books that you actually saw that I had at Rep Mason's event. The books are great, but again, it's about that concept that I was telling you about, Tyler, making sure that we see the opportunity for greatness in front of us. It's put in front of us early. If we can develop expectation, all right, I do expect you to do your best. I'm not evaluating you on the ABCD scale. I want to know you've done your best.
Right.
If you're doing your best and it's not good enough according to their scale, then let's work on it and let's figure out where we falling short at. But as long as you're willing to put in the effort, we good. That's what it comes down to in terms of being able to engage fathers in these activities. So, Black Birth Expo, all right, June 1st, on June 13th, right here in Wilkinsburg. And again, I want you to invite your entire audience out, men from across the city. You just come on out and do this thing with us. We're going to have a health walk. Right here in Wilkinsburg, and we're going to be led in the health walk by Mayor Dante Comins of Wilkinsburg, who's going to come on out and walk with us. Mayor Dante and his lovely wife, Ashley, who unfortunately was unsuccessful in her bid for a state rep seat, but she's going to come back at it, I'm sure. The Healthy Start family, and we want to really promote this healthy aspect, a healthy Black man's life. It's there, it's available for us. We ain't got to smoke and drink ourselves to death. We don't. You know what I mean? We don't. We can eat good. We can live good. You know, we can exercise. It's not difficult. It takes a commitment. We have to stop being commitment phobic. I say that to myself. You know, I mean, I got to dig myself sometimes. Do I really have to? You know what I mean? So, yeah, we try to promote that. Just let's get healthy. Let's
we got one in July.
We do. Right down here in July. By the way, the health walk is going to occur at the Harold Young Parklet. Okay. Right down there where the Wilkinsburg Farmers Market is. It's going to be 6 o'clock on June 13th, which is a Thursday. We're going to, come on, man. Y'all come on out. We're going to have a couple incentives. I might have a couple gift cards or somebody, but I'd love to see some dads.
Yeah, in the description, I'm going to have the dates and times.
Love to see some men. Men, come on out and hang out with us. We do a quick walk around the block. We going, you know what I mean? Just show our support for each other and for our community, because somehow or another they think we won't show up for these things if they invite us. Right. We really are not that busy. And it's just a little walk around the block, man. So come on out and hang out. But again, July 27th, an organization called the African American Male Wellness Association is going to be hosting what they've called the most fun you could ever have at a doctor's appointment. Right at Westinghouse Park, July 27th from 7 a.m. until noon. It's a Black Men's Day of Wellness. Highmark is going to be there providing different types of screens and tests. You're going to have an opportunity to receive, I believe there's going to be some sort of basic community education, maybe financial literacy done by people from the National Center for Urban Solutions. Are you familiar with them at all? Okay, NCUS is there. There's going to be fun, there's going to be games, but I think they want to top it off with a walk. Again, a powerful Black man walk is summertime. July 27th, Westinghouse Park, Homewood, Russian section of town. 7 a.m. to noon, multi-generational event. All are welcome. But again, I'll make sure that there's some additional information you can get about that as well. But what we're really trying to do, man, is like I said, Healthy Start operates on those 4 tenets: policy, advocacy, research, and direct services. Want to continue to show that as it relates to fathers, there's active interest and engagement going on in each of those areas. On the policy side, you've got House Bill 1731, which is a recommendation to the state legislature to create basically a fatherhood commission at the state level. Advocacy, we continue to advocate for those bills and for you talked about the momnibus and your wife making you aware of the mental health related and the maternal health related bills and things that are going before us. What we discussed at Rep. Mays's, they were talking about the momnibus there. On the research side, we have research opportunities available for fathers. I've run a couple of groups. We did a group with some researchers from the University of Pittsburgh, Dr. Martina Antaokra and Dr. Ashley Hill, where we had an opportunity to look into Black dads' response to grief and trauma. Wow. Let's process the experience that resulted in the tragic circumstance or the unfortunate circumstance that may have resulted in you losing your wife or your child. How were you treated? by the hospital staff? Were you acknowledged? Were you shushed to the side?
Right.
Were your emotions taken into account? So we had the opportunity to process that.
That's awesome.
We continued to work with Dr. Paula Impo at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center as well. Paula is the medical director at the Matilda Tice Child Development Center up in the Hill District, and she's doing groundbreaking research on what does it take for Black fathers to thrive. And it's a real good process because we've been able to engage with a very wide-ranging group of individuals who represent the Community Advisory Board, who are able to really contribute a nice round perspective to this process. And I think that's work that's going to end up being nationally recognized when it's published. So the thing is, like I'm saying, understanding, like I said, Healthy Start Fatherhood's been going on 33 years. Just recently, in the last 5-10 years, though, has there been a larger interest in providing father-based or father-focused services on a national and governmental level, which means there's money available. Okay?
Follow the money.
So let's figure out what they want the money for, and let's do this research piece, and let's apply for the money. So we want to be a part of that. We welcome that. Why? Because we've got access to the grassroots information that's needed to be able to really follow through on that tenet that we said before. The community can heal itself. All right? We just got to get the right pieces of the community talking to the right pieces of the community. What's the foundation behind stopping community violence? Cure violence comes from the brothers in the hood. It don't come from whatever the cop boy's name is. I'm sorry, I don't mean no disrespect to you either, sir. But it comes from, where did you get discipline from? You didn't get it down the street. You got it in the crib. You got it at home. And don't nobody ever think that Black mamas don't beat their kids, because they do. All right, don't ever make that mistake of thinking, all right, that you don't get correction. And I'm not shouting nobody out, Mom. I know you. All right, you've been gone for a while, but I'm just saying, we know. All right, I still feel a couple of them once. Hey, all right. But no, man, I mean, really, from top to bottom, that's pretty much what we try to do. Try to provide equal and adequate support for father around those subjects, those items that are of interest and importance to mom in this entire pregnancy process, pregnancy, delivery, after, you know what I mean? After that, we try to rock with them for at least the first pregnancy and the first 3 years of life through the various programs that are available. Again, with the overall goal of maintaining a healthy pregnancy that delivers a positive birth outcome, providing education, information, and assistance designed to facilitate that, providing an opportunity for the community to engage in group and one-on-one forums to get their questions answered, being able to look into providing for fathers. Now we want to try to do some group services, some virtual groups, hopefully move back towards that in-person transition, simply because, like I said before, we don't really communicate, but we got these questions. So if I can get 10 brothers together, I can count on 3 brothers to ask questions that 3 other brothers got on their mind that they ain't ready to ask. Somebody gonna put it out there and we're gonna discuss it. And you're gonna find out the answer to your question one way or another. All right. So we just want to try to move to it. And again, looking at the symposium, it's about starting that conversation. Right. It's about being able to have that conversation, Tyler, though, with good, accurate, up-to-date information. Information. We are, you can't, I believe the link's closed. Oh, man. We want to be all up in that. Okay. That's what I'm saying. But come. Just come. Oh, yeah. Hey. Put the trespass out. Matter of fact, bring your cameras. Tell them you come to shoot for your podcast.
Honestly, I got the legit one too.
Bro, look, you just see me. Yep. I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there.
I'll be there.
But so this is author Terry again. Yep. He's with Healthy Start. He is the fatherhood program coordinator. Tap in with him. Honestly, tap in with me, Financial Literacy with TC, on all my platforms: Facebook, Hulu, Instagram, Spotify. Like,
You're all over the place,
yeah,
huh?
I'm all over the place.
That's what's up.
HealthyStartPittsburgh.org is the website. I'm on the website right now. It's phenomenal.
They can find a referral form on that website.
Yes.
If they're interested in fatherhood services. If you are a man who has a pregnant girlfriend or who has a child under the age of 18 months, man, give me a call. Please go to the website, hit that referral form, send that bad boy in, and we will get in touch with you. Looking forward to helping you deliver this healthy baby and that beautiful woman.
And I got a phone number too, 412-247-4009. Again, all the details, all the events that Mr. Arthur told us about is going to be in the description. I'm going to have websites, phone numbers, dates, links, because there's no reason why this platform isn't going to elevate and try to make sure we're reaching as many of the audience as I can to make sure you're fully aware. And if it's not you personally who needs the services or the advocacy right now, you might know somebody in your family or in your community who may. So again, it's about us communicating, sharing the word, sharing all the resources that exist, and tapping in with Healthy Start, man. They're everywhere in the community. I can't think of the last event I've been to that Healthy Start wasn't there.
It's a big focus of our executive director, Jada Sherrill. She believes in the power of the community. She believes that the community has valid perspective to contribute to the issues that the community faces.
Absolutely.
And I definitely want to shout her out.
Absolutely. Shout her, yeah. Because she's doing a phenomenal job. Honestly, under her watch, I've learned more about Healthy Start than I ever had.
And you will continue to, because like we said, education is Healthy Start is a learning organization. That's what it really is. And I got to shout out to Shonda Cunningham, our Director of Clinical Practice and Home Visiting, Shadina Higgins Roberts, my program supervisor. These are the people who have given us the opportunity for me and you to sit here today, for me to have a platform that I can cross the city and get involved in the county with, to make sure that we bring these issues around the serious maternal health and infant mortality crisis, that Black men can be a pivotal, not just Black men, but fathers in general can be a pivotal, really piece, a tool that has great impact and can really turn the tide, man. Absolutely. Turn the tide. I mean, I can give you statistics all day long. If dad's in the house, then it's just 7 times more likely she will not get pregnant as a teenager. That should be enough right there. That should be enough. That's a huge number. All right. If dad's in the house, there's a 5 times less likely chance that she will ever experience homelessness in her life. Dad, show up.
Show up. So yeah. All right, y'all. So we could be here all day, but Arthur Terry, man, he's done an amazing job letting us know about what's going on with Healthy Start. Again, he's the main reason why I wanted to start off June as we get into Juneteenth and Father's Day. It was a priority for me to connect with him before
I appreciate
even
that.
started.
I appreciate it,
I
bro.
appreciate you, brother.
Man, thank you for your time.
Oh man.
All right.
We're gonna continue to tap in and
absolutely.
See what we can do.
Absolutely. If I'm here, I'm available. Peace to the people.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
What else?
I'm getting money, you see me. Stack it up to the ceiling. If you're looking for me, you know just where to find me. I'm on a pod with TC, Oh, I'm on a pod with TC, I'm getting money, you see me. Stack it up to the ceiling. If you're looking for me, you know just where to find me. I'm on a pod with TC, Oh, I'm on a pod with TC, I'm getting money, you see me. Stack it up to the ceiling. If you're looking for me, you know just where.